Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome back to Along the Kiel Canal for another episode. Just moved forward to September, got €2,500 for excess chickens being sold off because the pen is full. Now, moved to September. In between episodes, what did I do? First off, before I forget, we leased the spinnery because we put the wool in it, so it's producing fabric. And we redesigned the yard. Gonna run through this fairly quick with you. We've another easy shed here, just a lean-to. We put down a garage which literally just repairs our tractors. It doesn't repaint them. There's no cheaper benefits to it or anything like that. Just decided to decorate the yard. You can see here, repair. Let's do that while we're here. Here we go. I just got rid of most of the money we got for the excess chickens. Anyway, we'll leave that open because we need to take a tractor out in a few minutes. The other shed is here. What I've basically done is stored equipment that doesn't really need to be undercover. In you know what I mean, in a shed. It's stored here. Got rid of the silage bunker, emptied most of it into the cow barn. There's one trailer load in the silo of silage because it wouldn't fit. Now, this is bale storage. So our silage bales we had stored are now in here. But it also gives us storage below. And I have our grass equipment in here, of course, lonely front mower because we don't have a back one yet. Cows are coming on well. We've got the 50 in there. Nowhere near reproducing yet or producing milk. I don't know when that'll come. It'll come soon enough. I had thought of adding to them, but we'll leave that for the moment. I still haven't brought the hay up to the horses. Just get sidetracked with so much other work. All these buildings here are all in Omatana's German farm pack, which is ideal for this map, being a German map. Straw pellet production and hay pellet production, we're going to do it, but we've only got the first part. This was 250,000. We need a baler to go in here. I'll just very briefly show you the baler. I'll go into the pack. It's the easiest way to find it. It needs to be set up in here. It's 320,000 and plus it needs 350 horsepower to drive it, so we'll get to that eventually and we'll get that up and running. There's another piece that's needed to go onto the baler as well. We also have a storage shed here for other bits and pieces, all our seed and fertilizer and all. It all comes up here, up to the loft, so nice, neat and tidy. And it gives us more storage space now. I did put in our sprayer and our fertilizer sprayer. There's nothing else in the rest of it. They're all drive-through. So we can pull equipment through, which is really handy. So let me close the doors, otherwise they get left open forever. Our silo's gone. Now, where it's gone in here. There's a silo on this shed that holds 10 million. So I transferred over the stuff. Need to get a trailer that has a push slide to unload that doesn't tip, because you can tip from the one we have, but it hits the ceiling. In this one, we have our seeder and we have our combine. The head wouldn't fit in, which is why I put it under the lean-to. It's too big. Could probably get it into that shed sideways, like going in at an angle, but it would look a little bit messy trying to get it in because it's got a dolly on it. So that's basically it. We didn't really gain any money selling things because we spent it straight away again. I've moved the flour, I've moved the wool down, leased the spinnery. It's making fabric now. That'll need to go to the tailor eventually. And yeah, work. What do we need to do? I'll tell you what we need to do because I did look at it. We'll just go in and have a look at the list. Our oilseed rape is in the fields, but that has weeds. That's what we're going to do. That's the job we need to do. Our grass field, there's nothing there yet until next month, and our soybeans will be next month. And we've nothing sown in field number 15. Now we can do that this month, which we will do. Crop calendar, yeah, we could do wheat or barley. We could do, what else can we do? We could do green rye. We're not doing, we already have, we're not doing rye. triticale, wheat. We're going to put in something that we can bring to the flour mill, so we're going to put in wheat again. I think we barley in that field. Was it barley we had? Now I'll have to check and see. It was oats, yeah, so we can put wheat in there. So basically what we're going to do is, this has narrows on. I better check that I didn't change them back. Customized. It has narrows. Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. So we're going to get our sprayer. We're going to get it loaded up. We're going to get out to that oilseed radish field and we're going to get doing a bit of spraying. Now, let me just pull this out, because even though there's not a marker on the ground, it's exactly where, when I spawn out my herbicide to put it into this, it's going to spawn, so it'll be in the way. So let's do this, then we'll do the random event. We should have nearly a full herbicide here. There we go, that'll do. Now, random event. Let's have a look. Okay, September random event. I think we got this last year as well, but I don't know whether it was exactly the same. We did get it, but I don't know whether it was in September. And with 25% discount on one piece of second-hand equipment. I think last time we were able to buy more. If we were able to buy more. But we could, there was only one piece there that we actually needed, so we didn't buy more. Quick look at the second-hand market just to see, is there anything there? We buy that. If I had wheels on it, I probably would. I don't like the track setup. Can you put wheels on it? No, you can't. No, it's an RX. No wonder. Yeah. No, that's all right. No, we're not going to buy it anyway. I just wondered. There's nothing really there. I'm aware now we need a tractor with 350 horsepower other than putting our vent on it and leaving it on it. That would do 350 horsepower. That would be ideal, wouldn't it? It's probably on the lower horsepower now, so to go up to 350 would be costing us. Yeah, it is an option. It's an option if there's nothing else there and we get 20% off. It would be a nice little discount. But yeah, just keeping it in mind now moving forward. Like, it's not that it wouldn't be used for other stuff, it would. But we're a long way away from having the 320 plus what we need for the other piece of equipment to get that going. So with that in mind, I don't think we're going to be doing it anytime soon. It was just, I wanted to get the shed down because I wanted to install the pack, get it down. I'm going to drive across a grass field instead of going all the way around. Yeah, I wanted to get the shed down, and at least then we're in a position where we've made the commitment. We're going to do that. We're going to move forward. The other thing I'm thinking of, putting the question out there, because there's so much other stuff we can do in the preserved food factory, should we put down a greenhouse so we can get the ingredients we need for kimchi and stuff like that? Like, it would be really just producing. You know, I'm going to do 2 headlands. Just makes it easier for turning on the headland. So it just makes it easier for producing everything that's in the production, if you know what I mean. Now, on that line, go on, there we go. Turn it on, and off we go. That's the only reason. We just said we wouldn't be doing lettuce and stuff like that to sell or anything. It'd be just to put stuff through the factory, basically. And if it did fill up the factory and there was nothing going out, well then we'd just switch it off. Now what I would probably do with it is just set to distribute it directly in, and even have a look. Well, I'd actually have a look at doing the seeking and we put it on that piece of land beside the factory. That would be the thing to consider. So Okay, first job, get this in. Second job, have a look at getting our wheat in the other field, and then we'll have a look at what else comes up contract wise and stuff like that. So that's basically it. We're back for another month. It's not ideal to be spraying in the rain, but the game doesn't penalise you for it. So I've been too busy talking, so I didn't realise. I'm looking for weather there till 10 o'clock. You know what? Let's stop that for a minute. Let's forward the clock. Get out of the rain so it looks a bit more realistic. Are we still turned on? No. There we go. Yeah, looks a bit better instead of doing it in the rain, although it looks like there's still a few raindrops falling, is there? It must be nearly finished. Speed up the clock. It doesn't look very practical. It's gone now, yeah. Leave the clock on too anyway. Okay, I'll talk to you in a little bit when we're on the field starting to get our wheat in. Quickly bringing you back to show you whatever that track is in the field, it's still there. There's nothing sown in it, so I don't know what's causing it. It's definitely not from driving through the crop anyway. It's just something on the map. Anyway, we'll live with it. It's not much. Okay, week gone in the field, and I have a cultivation contract going on. Put a worker on it. I'm sure I filled this with solid fertiliser. Maybe I didn't. I used 10% just doing that run down there. Oh my god. It's a very small tank. You can't put the front tank on this seeder. The other ones in the Sky Agri pack you can, but they're planters rather than seeders. So we may have to look at upgrading after we do this season, because it's the tank is too small for the fertiliser. I mean, look at it. I know it needs it. It's required, but you know it's flying out. I'm just thinking when we're going to need to load it up again. Just doing the headland, the inside headland, it just makes it neater for doing the up and downs, because that's what I'm going to do next. And it just means you're lifting it in the right places instead of having lines all over the place. So that's the only reason behind it. So with decent enough contract going on there, I think it's 48,000 or something like that. Let's have a look. 47, yeah, just under 48. So of course pay the worker fees on it, and that's it. Just so I might as well have something going on while I'm doing this. So this is going to take a bit of time to get through, but we'll get there. We'll have to reload the seeder with fertiliser a few times anyway, and I kind of expected that anyway. So I'll crack on and get this done. Just on the last headland, I had to refill with fertiliser 3 times, 4 times, something like that. Quite a bit. I had 3 bags already bought sitting at the shop, so I bought another 5, so I bought 8 bags, brought them back in the truck. Just had them beside the field, but I had to go in and get seed as well. Didn't have the seed out in the field, so I just drove in and loaded up. Just this last little corner. It's the only place where I have to reconnect with the line. So the field's done. Almost done. That cultivating contract's nearly finished too. Yeah, pretty straightforward. I done my lines up and down. I had my stripy field, but there's one patch in the field where the weeds didn't disappear. I don't know why. I don't know whether it's where I stopped recording and stopped the game and came back in, but I drove over it again and there's still weeds showing there. So maybe it was when I saved the game and quit out of it earlier on. because it wasn't all done in the one session. I had to go off for a while and then come back. So that contract's nearly finished, so that's worth 50 grand. So yeah, we're doing okay. Like, I mean, when you consider all we done, the yard rebuild came from the buildings we took down and then put back up. The shed itself was worth 315,000. The other sheds we bought were a lot less money, so that's why we had the money to do it. But we still can't make straw pellets yet anyway. The other thing I'm realising too is, we've loads of straw in the shed, or in the silo, but it's not bale form, so we can't actually put it in to do straw pellets. As we take it out and dump it in the yard and drive the baler over it. Which kind of, no, we're not going to do that. I don't know whether you can use that shed to deliver straw to the... I've never seen it being done. I've seen it being done with bales, but not with loose straw to make the pellets, so I don't know. I'll have to investigate that and see. I just assumed it was bales that go into the special baler. You have to buy molasses as well for the baler when you're doing it, so there's a few bits and pieces we need to buy. So that contract's finished. That's grand. That was good timing, because we're just coming up to finish our bit now. And then we're going to put the glass out on the field with the roller. Get him to do it. I'm just going to go over and see, can I get that a little bit? You can still see the stubble there. I'm just going to drive over that again. See, does it disappear? Only a tiny little bit. Yeah, it's gone. Okay. So that's that done. Pretty decent field of wheat now we'll get from that. Why have we got a little bit of yellow showing over there? Is that just straw in the field? It could be just straw on the edge of the field. Let's go over and have a look. Yeah, it is. It's just straw. Right. It could have been easy way of getting rid of it. Just go in and get the smoothing tool and just go over it. Gone. That's it. An easy way of clearing it. I left this wide enough to get through now. It's going to be narrow enough for the combine, but it's wide enough for a combine. So what I'm going to do now is we're going to park. Oh, I put down the petrol tank. Our petrol pump. I put it down. Just to kind of make this look like a real yard. I think the diesel would have actually been cheaper on the the little hut we had, but you know, it is what it is. We'll put up with it. We know it's expensive enough to fuel the 1038 tractor. And I'm going to throw a worker on this because I'm going to go off and do a contract. I'm going to get that tractor in off the field, go around this way. Yeah, everything's fine there. There's no problem with space. I just decided to keep that tree. I wasn't going to cut it down. I'm literally going to throw him out there and say, off you go. You do that for me. And he's okay. I know I can stop him, but it's not my diesel. Although I'm still paying him. I'm going to get this into the shed. And yeah, I kind of overbought. I did use up the seed that was in the shed, or the fertiliser out of the shed first. Then I went off and got. So there's 2 and a bit gone out of the 8, and another one out of the shed. So, and there's one sitting there that I didn't come back for because I knew I had this stuff up in the other at the shop. So I just said, right, I'll just get that and use it. Now, there we go. I'll park this out of the way because if I leave it there, it'll be in the way. So that's it. We have wheat in that field, and I'm going to have a look now and see what other contracts I'm going to do on that. So I'll update you when I go through everything and see where we're heading to do next. Okay, trying to decide what to do. Contracts. We have a nice big baling contract in field number 33. We have cultivation again. I have been looking at the sorghum harvest, but we'd have to deliver 6 loads of the sorghum. It's not that far away, really. If you look on the map, it looks like it's the other side of the river, but it's really not that far away, but it would take a bit of time to do. What's our weather forecast like? That'd be more important than anything else. The rain forecast for the second, but it might only be a small shower. We don't have to get it all done in one day. I don't know. I think, you know what? Let's have a look. What else have we got? I'm not going through all of these. I'm kind of getting caught up. We could do a spraying contract, ploughing. The big field is on again. I'm sure that's more than the last time. 205,000. I'm not doing that anyway. We just done that more or less for experience the last time. Now I could take a tractor and throw it on it with the wide plough and just let it go and say off you go. See you tomorrow. But I'm not gonna bother. No, I'm gonna do. You know what? I'm gonna take that. Yeah, we'll take that. We'll go do that, and we'll probably put a worker on one of the. Oh, why am I getting lag? Probably put a worker on the other one, on another contract. Let's see. Cultivation field 20. Yeah, we'll throw a worker on that with the versatile. We'll let them do that. So let me get that. Didn't accept. Did it accept that time? Did, yeah. Okay, I'll get these organised and I'll talk to you in a little bit. Okay, just arrived on the field. I think I have it set up right for the GPS. I have the lines on because it's sorghum and I can't see the actual, without being way up, you can't see the dropped straw swat. So it seems to be okay. Seems to be on the line, so hopefully we'll see. This is going to take a bit of time to do. I didn't realise how big the field was. Oh, I'm regretting it already, but however, we'll crack on with it. It'll be worth it in the end. We get the money in the bank. So the other fella, we finished his cultivating contract before I'm finished this, and we'll more than likely be on another contract. So we'll knock these out quick enough, so the money should keep climbing anyway. So that's the one good point about it. So I feel another field coming on. But we'll see what we have at the end anyway. We might be able to jump and buy another field. Oh, I need to shut up now and get some work done. Okay, bringing you back. We're in the 2nd day of September and we have a problem with the recording. We missed a bit. Finished up that contract. We had 263 bales we got. I moved forward then to the next day and we had a load of money because we'd finished up the other contract as well. Now, I was recording the piece and I turned out it didn't record properly. So I missed out on a rather big purchase. So let's go into the map. I'll show you what I've done. I bought this field. Now, it was 466 and I knew we had just enough money to leave us with our 70 grand, which we need to have in the bank after we buy a field. Now, we had more than that, but then I purchased the soil info. It's got sunflowers in it, which was kind of a bonus when I was looking around the fields to buy and I came into this one saying I had sunflowers, so I said, you know what, I'm going to buy that field. Because if you remember, we bought this soybean field as well with the crop in it. So that's not a rule on this series. We can buy the fields with crops in them. And I a little bit annoyed with myself. It's my fault. I wasn't checking the recording on OBS at the time, but it's done now. And I'd saved the game, so I couldn't go back. Normally after recording, I save the game. before, and then I save it afterwards, and then I realised I made the mistake. So there you go. We have a nice wave of land here now. So we've purchased this. I know I said I was going to buy the grass field next, but we have this grass field here anyway. So with that in mind, I was kind of thinking, you know what, we kind of have enough stuff as it is. We don't need grass at the moment with the animals we have. We've more than enough. So we have a nice tranche of land around the farm, and this was a target, and it was a target before we bought the soybean field. It kind of keeps getting pushed aside because we have, because we're making money on the other contracts we're doing. So I pushed forward into the second day in September. We still got 2 contracts left to go, and I was thinking of buying the baler for in here and that, but you know, I just want work to do on the fields, to be honest with you. I want to move on, and I kind of have a target of getting these fields here. When these are got, I think that's going to be it, this area here, and that's it. So that's why I kind of said, look, instead of wasting the money on other things, let's get a field. Then when I seen there was a crop in it, I thought, you know what, let's get that, and we'll get that in the oil mill and we'll get going. So yeah, that's it. Dirty deed is done. We bought the field. And I'm not going back. I kind of want to just progress on in this series. That's kind of what I want to do. So what better way? Buy another chunk of land. Contracts, cultivation, and the one I just done. No, not happening. What are we going to do next? We have 2 contracts left that we can do. You know what? We can do number 11 with our own equipment. Where is 11? Field number 11. We can do that because we have the hoe. I think it's down here, is it? Here's 12. Where's 11? They don't know what there it is there. So we could hoe that. Let's visit it. Just see. Can we see the weeds in it? We can, yeah. We could do a hoeing contract on that. Since we don't have any work to do on our own farm, that's what I'm kind of doing. I'm kind of picking on contracts that we can kind of get our teeth into. I'd prefer the weeds to be a little more visual. What about 55? Let's have a look. Where is 55? 55 would be over here somewhere, wouldn't it? Yeah, 55 is there. We might be in the same situation where the weeds are hard to see. Now, I don't mind because we're running lines. Anyway, we're running GPS, so that is that ploughing contract still there for that? Not doing it. I don't care. We're not doing it anyway, even if it was, it still is. I'm looking for something to do, something different. 27 big fields, look, they're all huge. Like, they take forever to do. What's that? 51 acres. Now, we'd have to buy the plough to do that ourselves. 27 is huge. 60 acres. You know, you get mesmerised by the money on these ones. You kind of start thinking, will I do that? Will I do that? Do I want to do that? To be honest with you, this keeps calling to me all the time. It really does. And I'm just wondering what combine it actually gives you. What field is it? Where is it? Field number 21. Let's go have a look. Just like the combine work. So 21 is, they don't really run in sequence. 21 is down there. Okay, visit and see. It's a big field. And it needs to be delivered to, you know I'm going to do it anyway. 21, it needs to be delivered across the river. Look at the map. 21, so we come out in the field here, up across, or you can come out of the field, need to get across the river here and up to there. 6 loads. Painful. But sure, what on earth are we doing? We've taken so much pain. We're going to take more pain. I'm just wondering whether or not I should use my own combine as well and do it. I kind of regret doing it halfway through, but you know, I love using the combine. So with that in mind, look, what I'll do is, I don't know what this trailer holds. I know it's probably around 50,000 litres. So we're looking at 260,000 litres plus needs to be delivered. So we're looking at, say, 300,000 in total. So that's, if we're 50,000, we're looking at 6 deliveries. Yeah, I can live with that. Now, we got the 2 days to do it. Hopefully the weather will hold up for us. It's telling us there's a bit of rain coming in. So we'll have to stop during that and do something else. But honestly, yeah, okay. It'll be worth it in the end. It'll be worth it in the end. Where am I on the road? We need to go down and around. Yeah, look, we're going to get this one out of the way. And I think if we're going to do another one, we're just going to put a worker on it anyway. So let me get started on this. I'll update you as we go along. Now that was a mad rush. It started raining on the last run on the field, but it didn't come up to stop harvesting. Now, we'd actually completed on the last load. I was going to bring this up to the mill and I just said, no, we just sell it. We just get rid of it. We got 31,800 and it just shows you such a big field. So we got a huge amount. We got nearly 35,000 out of that. I was going to go to the mill with it and I thought, you know what? It had actually, on the last load, it had actually completed and I just decided, you know what, let's just so the cultivation contract is well finished. So I'm going to collect the 2 of these. And we're on 200 grand again. So between those 2 contracts there, that's 94,000 plus what we got in that. So it's huge. And that's kind of the nature of a Forex map, the size of the field. Like, to be honest with you, like many acres is in that. 55 acres. Now, we don't have anything near that big. I suppose if we're aiming to buy these fields here, we will eventually. What's that? 54, 59. So that would be the biggest one. But that took some doing to get that harvested. It really did. With that combine. Now, it's the same combine as our combine. The hardest part of it, I suppose, was driving to and from the actual grain mill. Just seemed to take forever, but we got it done. So, okay, we're almost finished this episode. I need to move forward and right to the end, and let's have a look and see is there anything to buy in the market, and then we'll wrap it up. Okay, moved on to the last day. Had a look in the market to see what's there, and our Valtra is still there. I thought it may have been gone when I came in, but it's not. So we're going to use this to power our, to power our, the pellet baler for the straw. So we need 350 horsepower for that. It'll probably run in a bit less. What's the next one now? 40. What's the difference in price? Look, we'll run it and see at that. So because we're getting a 25% discount off this because of the random event. What's the wheel setup? Wide tires. You know what? Let's throw that on. Wheel weights. Since we're getting a discount, why not? You know what? Leave it at that. And I'll leave it at normal tyres as well. We leave it at the 117740. What other colours did Valtra do? That Valtra black? I think we go with that. There's nothing else on that. No. Oh, the colours cost us $5,000 to change. No, we'll leave it. Okay. So we're going to buy that. Okay, so we bought that. Now, let me see. Quick calculation here. 117740. 25% of that is... So we get back 29,435. Okay. So that's a nice little... I'm glad that came up. That we got the bonus. Wasn't expecting it. So we're going to add money. What did I say? 29,435. I have my calculator out. 9,435. So we got that money back. So we're still in 108 after all that work. And we have a brand new, there's 41 hours on it. So it's not exactly brand new, but it's 300 and whatever horsepower. Huge horsepower. So we won't complain. Anyway, that has been a marathon session again. Every time I do work on this game save, it's just a marathon session because of the fields, and I won't tell you how long I'm actually on this game now over the 2 days that I've been recording it. It wasn't all done in the one day, but that last harvest took me well over an hour and a half to complete in real time. Probably even more. I wasn't really watching the clock, but it did go on, and I kind of knew it wouldn't have seen where I had to go with the delivery. Now, I did actually send one load up. I'm just going to bring this in and see how much it's going to cost me to repair it. I did send one load up, and it took forever. I actually had the combine full long before it even got there. So 5,800. Oh, it's done. Yeah, I had it done. I had the combine full long before the tractor got there. So kind of, I decided then after that to do it myself. Really what I should have done was I should have had the two tractors, my own tractor with a trailer on the field as well. Would have made it go quicker, and I could have alternated between them. I did turn the traffic off as well because I didn't want them getting held up with traffic, and it still took them forever. Anyway, episode number 16 along the Kiel Canal. That's it done. We have another field. We spent a lot of money. We done quite a bit between the contracts and, well, I suppose we didn't do much. Well, we did, yeah. And we got our wheat field sown and that. We got that taken care of. In the next episode, we should have two fields. We'll actually have our grass as well. So we should have, we'll have both the sunflowers and the soybeans are going to be ready. So we'll probably be concentrating on our own work in that episode. But for now, from September, from along the Kiel Canal, we're done. We're done with this one until the next one. So I do hope you'll come back and join me in the next one. I'll see how it goes. They are taking a long time to do. And I'm just trying to see is there any way I can cut down. They can't really because they're big fields. Like, I refuse to get the Colossus equipment and use unreal widths and stuff like that to do harvesting or combining or anything. So, yeah, that's why it's kind of taking that bit longer. Anyway, enough of this episode for now. So, until next time from along the Kiel Canal, it's goodbye from me. Until then, bye-bye.